Hello, it's me. I'm outside on a hilltop. This camera is not good enough to show you absolutely everything I'm getting to see right now, but it's crazy cool. So this area, it's called the Ardennes. The area that kind of stretches from northwest France, or sorry, northeast France, up through Belgium, crossing through all of Luxembourg, and then to western Germany. Sorry, my directions are kind of weird right now. And it's foggy and it's muddy and rainy, which is why I'm up on this hill, because it's not so muddy here. But there's kind of flooding everywhere, so I couldn't go to my favorite stream today, but I'll go there another time. And also, I apologize, there will probably be occasional interruptions of cars, because this really beautiful spot is right next to a road that no one is supposed to be using because of construction, but everyone's using it anyway, which is frustrating. Oh, whatever. Anyway, hey, happy in bulk. This is a little late. I was going to do a in bulk thing, but yeah, like I said, it's late. No excuses. I think I hear a car coming. No. Cars. Okay, I'm going to pause this while the car comes, and then I'll come right back. You won't notice a delay, maybe, but I'll be right back, okay? Hey, I'm back. So that vehicle was going very, very, very fast. It's that weird human thing where everyone's like, oh, no one else is doing this, so I could do it because no one else is going to be there, so I'll go really fast. Speed limit on that road is supposed to be 70. People usually drive 90 kilometers per hour, by the way. There's been a couple of deaths on that road because everyone's like, yeah, I could go really fast. No one takes this road. And then someone takes the road too. And then they... Humans are crazy, huh? We're silly. Anyway, so Ardennes. So you saw in the opening shot all of the fields, which are really, really, really pretty, and it's kind of that feeling of like, oh, this is like what pastoral countryside is like, which it is. Funny though, this was all forest. It got slowly cut down over centuries and centuries and centuries in order to make room for cows and sheep. But not so many sheep in this area, which is too bad because I love, I eat meat and I love lamb, but it's hard to get lamb. It's amazing. You can get it in England pretty well, but not in this area. Anyway, so I told you it's been raining a lot, which has been good, and lots of snow, lots of streams, lots of random new streams, which has been great. All right, so what do I really want to talk about? Oh, my birthday's coming up in like a week and a half, which is pretty exciting, but that's not what I want to talk about. And it was just a year since I met the man that I love, I guess about a week and a half ago. And that's amazing. But that's not even what I want to talk about either. Those are really beautiful things. And I really wish I could talk about beautiful things right now. But the thing that is stuck in my head right now is fucking COVID again, right? You all know, like, you know, there was all the vaccines and everyone was kind of for a little bit like, oh, everything's going to get better. But then they found all of these new strains that are infectious, excuse me. So France is going to go on lockdown again, probably a really intense lockdown. Germany has just issued a warning to other countries that if they don't do a lockdown, no one is able to go in to Germany, and they'll cut off all transportation in between, including food transport. So pretty intense there. Luxembourg just shut down all of the schools. I don't know what Belgium is doing right now, but everyone's freaked out, understandably. I was in the grocery store, well, I just came back from the grocery store, but yesterday I was in the grocery store and I'm wearing my mask, right? Like the cool cloth mask. Pretty neat, huh? I look kind of ninja. Or anarchisty or something. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm wearing this mask, and I'm getting groceries, and I'm all like, oh, okay, cool, groceries, I'm gonna make lasagna. I made lasagna. And I just was waiting in line looking around, and I freaked out. So, you know, COVID's been in Europe, or I'm sorry, COVID's been everywhere for, you know, a year and a half almost. But in Europe, everyone really started to notice, holy shit, this is a huge thing. What was it, late March of last year. So it's been almost a year since places started shutting down and masks became a requirement everywhere. And these are good things, of course. But it's weird. And so I'm standing in line buying groceries, which is, let's be honest, it's kind of an inhuman thing. I mean, it's kind of not a natural thing to be going to these grocery stores to get a bunch of packaged food that's been transported from all over the place instead of, you know, going to a market. But let's ignore that for a second. I'm standing there. Actually, that is kind of important. Anyway, I'm standing there and I'm wearing my mask, and I'm noticing lots of people are wearing these new masks that you have to wear pretty soon. Oh, there's another car coming. Why? Oh, humanity. I'll try to hold that thought and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, car's gone. I'm smoking now. Urgh, humanity. So I'm in the grocery store. I'm looking around and everyone's starting to wear the new masks that are pretty much kind of the only effective mask against some of the new strains. And I'm realizing, oh shit, all of the masks that I bought aren't gonna work anymore. Oh, the cool cloth masks. I need to get these like medical things pretty soon. It's likely that most of these countries around here will require them. You have to wear them in order to go places like gyms and grocery stores, assuming they even leave the gyms open. Gyms are open right now. I've been going like once a week because I can only get another car. I'm gonna just leave this going, all right? We're gonna sit here and I'm gonna look at the camera kind of grumpy about cars. Yeah, totally cool. No one's using this road. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna go really fast. Oh, okay, they're gone. So I'm thinking about like the weird kind of tier of like the people who've been, you know, like wearing like the regular surgical masks. Well, not surgical, but you know, that aren't gonna work anymore. And then the people who have been like wearing scarves or bandanas or cool cloth masks like I have. You know, and all of that stuff you're not going to be able to use to go out in public pretty soon. So there's that funny kind of, man, it feels like this fucking iPhone. Did I tell you about this? I think I did. The reason why there hadn't been a video for like several weeks was Apple did an update on phones which killed the microphone on lots of iPhone 7s, which was what the one that I had before was, that I got gifted. So now I'm using an even older one, but no update. That was also gifted to me. I haven't bought any phones ever because people get rid of theirs and get new ones because everything has to be progressing. And here's another car. Well, at least they're not going too fast. And I know this is probably necessary. I know it's probably necessary that we have to have all these new masks, but I'm like, oh, everything's progressing. It's time for a new update. I was talking to somebody who is good friends with someone who works in public health in one of these countries. They're like, yeah, the government's not even really being honest with everybody about new strains because they're really, really, really bad. And they'd freak out. And it's kind of terrifying. But so I'm standing in line at this grocery store, I'm wearing my mask, looking at all the people with the new masks. It was about a quarter of the people in the grocery store. And I suddenly remembered how weird this is. Like, how not normal it is to be doing this. Sorry, I have to go look at the hills for a second. Yeah, I don't think you can see them, but way that way, like big hills that are kind of low mountains. They're kind of like the Appalachian Mountains. You know, not big and blue and ice covered, but still very cool. But then, so, yeah. I mean, what is normal anymore? And there's like that idea like, I really want to go back to normal. I want to go to bars again. I didn't go to bars very often before COVID, once every month or two, but another car. Also going the speed limit. That was really nice again. And you know, that's probably not going to happen for a long time. And then though, like I said, normal is not normal either. All of this going to big malls and grocery stores full of people, centralized, kind of grabbing things off of shelves that are coming from all over the world. That's not a normal thing. It's been normal for industrial capitalism, you know, especially in the last 50 years. Not everywhere. This town had its first real grocery store about 30 years ago, which is wild. And it was tiny, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Before that, you had to go pretty far, like into the big city, or get your food from your neighbor. Neighbor has chickens, we get eggs there, which is cool. So that's more normal, getting eggs. Although it seems like it's a cool, like, whoa, you're getting eggs from your neighbor, right? That's like cool and new, but it isn't. It's ancient. Whereas the grocery stores are the abnormal thing, the thing that we feel is normal. All these other things, you know, it's like, oh, we're not going to get to go back to that normal. Except that normal wasn't normal. That normal was a later normal, an abnormal from what was before. That's the only thing kind of holding me together on this, to be honest. You know, I like to give you guys hope occasionally, but it's pretty intense. And I've talked about this before, like in the last one with, like, you know, the normal environmentalism and, you know, like it being snowy, and it's like, okay, cool, normal's coming back, but the new normal isn't coming back. And it seems like, well, I mean, again, too, so, you know, I showed you the rolling hills. Let's look at them again. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Hi. You know, this is really beautiful, but this wasn't normal before. This was all forest. And in fact, the cows are what help the forest from coming back, or keep the forest from coming back. Because all those little, like, brushes, trees and stuff, those are mostly blackthorn. You know, it wouldn't take long for those blackthorn to start spreading. There's some alder, you know, it's really wet here. Alder grows really fast and it spreads like crazy, and alder and birch, they both start forests. And without the cows constantly eating any of the seedlings, the small saplings, etc., there'd be a forest here pretty quickly. And that was the normal before. But now this is the normal, and they're trying to keep the new normal from going away. What are we doing? Yeah? I don't know. Anyway, despite how, like, kind of depressing that sounds, I'm actually really happy. Inbolk, like, just the moment of Inbolk kind of woke up something in me that was pretty intense, pretty, yeah, life is coming back. That's what Inbolk is, right? Beginning of spring, which fits a lot more for this region than it does in some places in America. I know people are like, no, spring doesn't start until March. No, spring starts here, right at Inbolk. It's already here. It's beginning, you know? It's funny. I think I started my very first video with you folks that way, talking about wanting to rush spring, wanting it to be here. It's like, no, it's already here. And every spring is like a new world, like growing from the death of the previous world, previous year. And so this is a new world, from the death of the normal of last year. And maybe that normal needs to go away, and you know, that's okay. And there are things I miss. Like I said, I miss going to bars. I miss seeing people. I do get to see some people. I have some friends here. I, of course, get to see my man. I get to see his mother. I get to see my family. You know, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I'll talk to you again soon. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Dream about a new normal. Maybe a new normal that's like the old normal. But the old normal. Because that'd be kind of cool, I think. Alright. Love you all. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.